In 1944, Germany built the fastest aircraft in the world. The Messerschmitt Me 163 Komet could hit 1,000 kilometers per hour, decades before anything else came close. It climbed from runway to 12,000 meters in under 3 minutes. On paper, it was the ultimate bomber killer. Germany built over 300 of them. They shot down fewer than 20 Allied aircraft during the entire war. The Komet killed more German pilots than American ones, and the way it killed them was horrifying. The Komet's rocket engine burned two chemicals that should never exist near humans. T-Stoff was hydrogen peroxide, concentrated to 80%. A drop on cloth ignites spontaneously. A splash on skin doesn't burn it, it dissolves it. The chemical breaks down human tissue at the molecular level, turning muscle and bone into slurry within seconds. C-Stoff was a toxic mixture of hydrazine and methanol. Breathing its vapors caused permanent damage. Mix these two chemicals together, instant explosion. No, spark needed. Komet pilots sat surrounded by tanks of this fuel. One bullet hole, one cracked fitting, one hard landing. And they would be consumed alive before anyone could help. Pilots wore thick rubber and asbestos suits. It was never enough. There are documented cases of pilots who walked away from crash landings looking completely fine. When ground crews opened the cockpit, they found bodies dissolving inside their flight suits, steam rising from the chemical reaction. Even without the fuel, the Komet barely worked as a fighter. It was too fast to aim. At 1,000 kilometers per hour, pilots had maybe 3 seconds to spot a bomber, aim, and fire before blasting past the entire formation. Most missed completely. When the fuel ran out, after just 7 minutes, the Komet became a defenseless glider. American P-51 Mustangs learned to wait near German airfields. They'd watch the Komets glide home with empty tanks, then dive on them like wounded prey. Many pilots survived combat only to die within sight of their own runway. And those who escaped the Mustangs, they still had to land. The Komet had no wheels. It landed on a metal skid at 200 kilometers per hour. The impact compressed spines. Pilots who flew multiple missions accumulated permanent injuries. But that wasn't the worst part. Residual fuel always remained in the lines. When the skid hit the ground, the shock could crack fittings and mix the chemicals. Multiple Komets survived combat, glided home successfully, touched down perfectly, then exploded into fireballs the instant they hit the runway. Over 300 built. Fewer than 20 kills. 14 shot down in combat. Dozens more destroyed in explosions, accidents, and fuel incidents. Pilots dissolved alive. Aircraft that simply vanished. The Komet killed more of its own pilots than enemy aircrew. Germany poured resources into a wonder weapon that terrified its own men more than its enemies. The fastest aircraft in history. The most dangerous to fly. And proof that sometimes the most advanced technology is just a complicated way to lose.